What's up lads, Josh here and welcome back to another episode of FIFA 15 potential January transfers. Thank you guys for all the support on episode 1 of January transfers. You guys really seem to like some of these rumours, and of course they are just rumours, I'm just sharing my opinion on these rumours. Some of these rumours can be completely fake from, shitty little articles from online, just completely making them up and then trying to spread that news around and of course get the news around, but some of them are, a little bit more legit than others. So today we will be covering a few highly requested transfer rumours, and a few of them will be really surprising, so hopefully you understand that. And yeah, let's get straight into it. But if you guys are looking for the cheapest and newest way to buy coins, do be sure to check the link in the description for FIFA Coinsland. They're selling for £5 per 100k on the Xbox and £3 per 100k on the PlayStation. Use the code Josh here at checkout for 8% off, and yeah, let's get straight into this video. Okay guys, so the first one that we are going to talk about is going to be Cech, and he seems to be on a move away from Stamford Bridge, mainly because of course Courtois has come in and completely taken Cech's spot. I don't think Cech has played a game since Courtois has actually taken over. In terms of the Barclays Premier League, he may have played like a lower league team, not a lower league team, sorry, well he may have played a lower league team, inside like a small inside of a small cup game, but in terms of that, it just doesn't seem to be enough games for a player that was absolutely fantastic in his prime. I still think he's an absolutely fantastic goalkeeper right now, but Courtois is obviously just a little bit better, and obviously you're going to choose whichever keeper's best on the day, so that seems to be Courtois at the moment. But Cech seems to be going away either to Roma, Arsenal or Liverpool. I think the main club that looks like he's going to go to is actually Roma at the moment, but then I think it's Arsenal and then Liverpool, so either one of those teams could be a potential transfer for this guy, and hopefully he obviously deserves game time again, so hopefully unless Chelsea start playing him, he will get he will move away from Stamford Bridge and play for one of these three clubs and actually get some game time. Talking about another player that has completely fell down in pecking order in terms of just playing no games, and that is going to be Sami Khedira at Real Madrid. He really hasn't had any game time this year, and I mean, it's understandable. They've gone on a huge win streak. I think they've won like 17 or 18 games in a row. It's understandable that they don't need him anymore, but he is still a fantastic, incredibly good central defensive mid slash centre mid, and very versatile player. And I still think he's one of the best central defensive mids in this in Real Madrid's team. But obviously if they don't need him, they don't need him, and maybe he should move on, but it's completely up to him whether he prioritises his spot to fight for in the Real Madrid team, or whether he wants to move to Arsenal or Manchester United. Those are the two linked teams at the moment. It looks like he's going to move to Arsenal, mainly because Ozil went to Arsenal, and I think those two were quite close to in the Real Madrid team. Maybe that will be a huge positive for Khedira if he does move to Arsenal, or whether he'll move to Manchester United. I'm really not too sure. Maybe he'll just stay put at Real Madrid and fight for his position. Moving on to a very controversial player, and it is going to be Lionel Messi, and a possible move away from Barcelona to Man City. I think not. This is a rumour, and I think it will stay as a rumour, because Aguero has apparently they're obviously in the Argentinian team together. He's been trying to get Messi to move over to Barcelona. This is all, in my opinion, this is complete bullshit. I never think Messi will leave Barcelona until he's much older. He has far too much to offer Barcelona at the moment, with all these records that he keeps breaking. Fantastic player, and it's going to cost at least like 160 million or something to break him away from Barcelona, which I just don't think Man City have. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I'm really not too sure, but I personally think this is a completely garbage transfer rumour, but maybe it'll happen eventually, maybe it won't. I'm really not too sure, but for now I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen in January. Moving on to Robin van Persie now, guys. Of course, this is also a rumour as well. I cannot see this happening personally, but you never know, what happens in terms, you never know what's going on inside a player's mind. If they don't like their time there, and it's all just false smiles while, until a certain, January or September comes up, they can obviously jump ship and leave club. But honestly, I think Robin van Persie is happy, even though his performances haven't been the best this season so far, and he hasn't been scoring that many goals like he's used to. I'm sure he will pick pick up form eventually and start, firing them in. Of course, with Falcao nipping at his heels, coming back from injury, I'm pretty sure Van Persie should be able to come back with fighting form and should be able to score at least, 10-15 goals this season, hopefully. But in terms of that, I don't think he will be leaving Manchester United this January. Maybe in the summer, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But he is getting a bit on, he's getting like 30, 31 now, and of course, that is quite an old age for a striker in my personal opinion. And of course, it might be time to bring in some fresher blood. But for me, I want to see Robin Van Persie stay for at least another season or two. And moving on to the final player, guys, we are going to talk about Diego Godin from Atletico Madrid with a possible move away to Manchester United. I would absolutely love for this transfer to happen. We need a strong, quick-ish centre-back that can, slot into the team nicely and start to, provide a little bit more of experience than Rojo and Smalling. But, they seem to be getting a little bit better at defending recently. So I don't think it is a must-buy in the January. If these players are starting to defend and we're getting clean sheets and we're only conceding 1 goal per game, I actually don't think we need to, buff our defence as much as people think so. I mean, with a makeshift defence of Young and Valencia, we seem to be playing absolutely fantastically and getting the 3 points as well. So it's really cool to see that our defence has buffed up a bit. But I would not pass up this opportunity to pick up Godin. I don't think he's going to cost that much either. I think he's like 20 million euros or something. Though, if we could get him, that would be absolutely amazing. I would greatly appreciate if Ed Woodward would sign, of course, Godin, and I would love to see him in a Manchester United jersey, but come January. But personally, I don't think it will happen. I think we'll have to wait until summer until a centre back like Godin or Hummels will join us. Thank you guys for watching episode 2 of FIFA 15 potential January transfers, and of course comment down below any transferred players that you think will happen in January. Of course, whether it's make sure it's a rumor, because then obviously it's easier for me to check if it's legit rumor or not, and then of course I'll cover them in the next episode. So apart from that, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy it, leave a like, rate and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. Follow me on Twitter @ShkumanA4, and apart from that, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow.